in their life, man. And I hope that if you keep your mind on what you want out of life.
My name is Dasan Ahanu. I'm originally from Raleigh, North Carolina. I live in Durham, North Carolina. North Carolina native, born and raised, a good old-fashioned Southern boy. Raised by, a real tight-knit family. I was raised by my mother, who named me Christopher Dion Massenberg. Dasan Ahanu is sort of the name that I chose when I decided to become an artist. One of the things that I got into, and I got introduced to it by a poet named Terry Creech, who early on was called The Wanderer, a Native American poet from Eastern North Carolina. He introduced me to slam. I had been participating in some slam competitions here and there, but I didn't know that there was a regional and a national competition. And so he started a slam team in Charlotte, and I was on the very first Slam Charlotte slam team. But one of the things I decided to do was in Raleigh, I started a slam there. We were at the Fruit of Labor World Cultural Center. Well, I participated in the planning and coordination of the hip hop and spoken word festival that they had at the Hayti Heritage Center in Durham, and they were interested in bringing slam to the Hayti. And so what I decided to do was to move the slam to Durham. And I talked to the St. Joseph's Historic Foundation and its executive director at the time about possibly sponsoring a team to go to competition. And so what we did was we formed the first ever Bull City Slam team. And so I'm the founder of the Jambalaya Soul Slam, which is where the team comes out of, and founder of the Bull City Slam team. And I coach the team each year in regional and national competition. One of the things that's really important to me is to always have life on the forefront of my work. I consider this art and this craft and this talent a blessing, and I use it to reflect life. I tell stories, I talk about social conditions through characters. And I think that one of the things about that is that it helps people to really understand and really take a critical look at the things that people go through. And I have the ability to stand up and say these things and have people listen. So one of the experiences that really touched me was having a friend who I found out was a breast cancer survivor. And immediately the first thing that I wanted to do, knowing this person and knowing just how beautiful and strong she is, just a real powerful spirit, was to write a piece, both to highlight, and raise awareness around the issue, but also to celebrate her and every other survivor. And so I wrote a poem called For Joy, which has also become known as Beautiful. And that's what everybody calls it. And so that poem has changed my life.
I've never seen anything so beautiful. I've never seen anything so beautiful. I'm repeating this statement like Negro spirituals in fields because hope lies in the harmony. Trying to restore the harmony she once knew when she sang strong songs that now seem off-key. Maybe off balance by the extra weight in her chest, she's off balance. She almost fainted when she found the lump. The doctors conducting this examination, this breast cancer orchestra is a tragedy like Braun wrote that CT scan, like Schubert wrote the biopsy results. Doctors offering encouraging quotes, half empty and half full, like whole notes and half notes, but tell me, how would she feel whole with her chest half empty, self-worth half full? She drinks sunshine to replenish her spirit. Feeds herself scripture, prays and stays faithful. She's a fighter, determined to win and not let this claim her modeling strength, will, and determination. And I've never seen anything so beautiful. I've never seen anything so beautiful. I'm repeating this statement like fight songs. As she marches from concern to my arms like Selma to Montgomery, knows that they were beaten, tear gas, hoes had hounds set of them. She feels beat, out of gas, tears falling, fear hounding her. But like them, she would not be turned back for believing she will overcome this. And I've never seen anything so beautiful. She takes my breath away, rubs her fingers down my cheek to my throat, finds a lump. Her fingers dance along my throat like a surgeon's scalpel. She removes my confusion so I speak how she lives past the pain. So that when I'm on the stage, she's fighting her stage. I'm radiating eloquence and she's going through radiation. This stage is my therapy and she's going through chemotherapy. I've lost my patience with people rooted in ignorance and she's lost her hair, but I've never seen anything so beautiful. Some consider it a shame, I consider it a symbol, because I know that the first Amazons are from Libya, and I am looking at one of their descendants. I am in awe of your stature. You wear resilience on your face like war paint. Your smile is a battle cry. I'm inspired by the will to survive in your eyes. I pull you close. It's like holding the sun. Your bald head sets against my chest like an evening horizon, and I've never seen anything so beautiful. They can take your breath as long as they don't take your breath. An angel with one wing flies in a circle, so when you leave my embrace, it means you just return to where you left. You don't rule in style and fashion like Caesar, rocking Dasan and Gabbana glasses, earrings, and a Caesar. My kisses are my penance, your laughter is my redeemer. I hang close so that I can catch you if you falter, baby girl, you're just a dreamer. I am in awe of your makeup. You rocking a tip fade and matte makeup, an Augusta Savage sculpture, a beautiful work of art. You have commanded my attention, so I salute you and offer you my heart, because baby girl, I have never seen anything so beautiful.
Ever since I first performed that poem, and it's been a life-changing experience. I have met so many survivors, families of survivors who come up to me teary-eyed, who talk about the poem. Even at Southern Fried, when I performed it, I had a poet come over and he said, "My mother's a survivor, thank you so much for that poem." And that's happened every time I've performed it. So I've met so many survivors, and I've met so many people who've been touched by it. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful offering. And I think that that's the power that we have as artists, is to be able to say what other people can't say or don't have the way to say, and to be able to really lift people up. And there are a number of people who have been instrumental in me being the artist that I am. So I try to pass that on, and it's funny that turned into teaching and education and mentoring. My mother always told me growing up that I was going to be a teacher. I ignored her, and she got the last laugh, and she's told me on numerous occasions that she got the last laugh.
Okay. One of the things that's important is very often we have messages that we want to deliver. You know, it's one thing to see things and talk about it. It's another to go through things and want to talk about it. But there are also times where we want to deliver a message. And I'm pretty sure we have all been in a situation, once again, that sometimes you just got to say what the message is. You know, it's just, hey, the only other way to say it but to say it like this. But very often we all have realized that the messages go over better when they are packed into something that makes it easier to digest, so that there's no compromise to the message. In order to do that, what I call wrap it up is, what do you wrap the message in? What do you wrap the message in? What form are you delivering this message in? Because there are some folks who sing so well, they could cuss you out. You right there real Somebody say, you know, they cuss you out, right, huh? Well, that's not just, but they sing so good. You know, the idea that if you give the message the right way, it's heard. Even the people that you're talking about will at least recognize, well, damn, that's pretty good point.
You know, one of the things that I really love is also love music. Music has always been there for me growing up. I'm a classic hip hop head. I grew up with hip hop. 80s baby during the golden age of the art, golden age of the music, man. And so it was something that, you know, even when I was just writing for me, hip hop was still right there. You know, freestyling, you know, during lunch, you know, hanging out with my boys, doing like dance routines and little talent shows in high school and stuff like that. So that was something I grew up doing, and it was something I had a passion for, and I felt like was something I wanted to do before poetry. But it's funny because I was a shy kid, an amazingly shy kid that nobody really believes, but I was. So me stepping out and rhyming was something that I wasn't going to do away from my boys and my family and my friends. And it was even worse with poetry. But it's funny because poetry offered me that home and got me on stage before music did. I had friends who were performing and, you know, working with this manager or working with this group or this producer. And that never happened for me. And so at the same time, people were trying to pull me into these open mics to read my poems. And I was like, no. And I finally agreed to do it and found a home. And that just opened me up for everything else. It gave me the confidence to be able to say, okay, yeah, you know, I'm ready now.
it in his mind, how he holds them in his arms. They stare up at the noon sky, now he's bearing arms. This devil dancing midnight barracks to the wall. He's hoping for a change. He's gonna come a stomping on his chain when they snatched it, they left a mark upon his neck. Right to baby girl's name, now he gonna be next. Snatched off this earth in a burst of these bullets, they disperse, and his kid finds himself up in a hearse. In a blink of an eye, he reaches to his waist. He pulls out the 9mm, pointing to his face. The two others run. If this one doesn't jet, he stands there just staring at the gun. In the blink of an eye, he stares into his eyes. He looks at his boy and sees he's about to cry. He turns the gun up and shoots in the sky. The boy turns to run, but he doesn't know why. He picks up the chain, thinking about what is past. Wonders if it's worth it, throws it in the trash. A kiss to the sky, a reply to the wind, and then he heads home to tuck baby girl in. Decisions, the one you gotta live with. You can make the smart move, get caught up in some dumb shit. Decisions, just your life to lose. The high road, the low goals, which one you gonna choose? Decisions, which one you gonna live with? You can make the smart move, get caught up in some dumb shit. Decisions, it's your life to lose. The high roads, the low goals, which one you gonna choose?
I love it, man. It's good to be able to be a part of this North Carolina hip hop community, to have young artists who still like appreciate what I do, to be able to see up and coming talent and to be able to rock with some of them. Like, you know, I'm still doing collaborations with artists now, still looking to put out new music. So it's a beautiful thing, man. I love it. One of the things in founding a theater company that was really kind of special was creating a one-man show called Confessions of a Lounge Singer. And it just talks about what we go through as poets. And so, you know, we've had a chance to premiere that, and we're still working on that. So we're gonna do another run of the production, tweak it, fine tune it a little bit, but I think it's a very powerful piece, and it was something that I've always had on my spirit and on my mind to do, and I'm glad that I've had the opportunity to be able to do a theatrical production that's centered on poetry and the lives that we live as spoken word artists. So I'm excited about that, and I hope to be doing more with that very soon. So I got a YouTube channel. You can go to youtube.com /Dasan Ahanu. That's DASANAHANU. I have a Bandcamp. It's DasanAhanu.bandcamp.com. You can go to DasanAhanu.com. DasanAhanu.com. I'm co-founder of Black Poetry Theater. You can go to blackpoetrytheater.com. And some more. We're about to have our second full season of the theater company. So I've got a couple of plays in the works. So it's just a lot of work, man. I'm always going to be creating and grinding. So there's always going to be work out there for people to find.